morning, boys and girls. We're back out here at this clearing deal. Where we're gonna be putting this road in. So, you know, we got the last video. We got all of that to the south here. We got all the trees, the bigger trees laid over, and I've actually started cutting the logs out up there on the big trees, and got to use the new Husky 372 XP that I bought, and it is a beast. Man, what a beast. Amazing how much faster it'll bust through those big oak trees like that. But anyway, getting those cut up in logs, and I'll eventually get those hauled out of here. But today's deal is and this kind of, in the past video I mentioned about we're gonna have to put a culvert in here. So if the culvert's gonna go right here where that rock pile, just on this side of that rock pile, because the water comes down. Now, years ago I cut a swell up here. He had a guy come in and push some trees out, and you know, bless his heart, he just didn't do a very good job, and there was a lot of issues, so I had to come back in and clean it up. But it drains off of a field, a crop field up there by where those trees are at, where I took the big trees out, and it kind of works its way down through here, fills this pond up, which I cleaned this pond out as well. Comes down through here, and it works its way down and then runs on down. And he says there's a fair amount of water that comes through here when it is really, really, really wet, and we get some good rain, because it all just funnels right through here. So I have to put a minimum 3 foot in there, culvert probably. But the issue we're gonna have a drive coming this way. The ground is sloped this direction, and I don't want to really cut in very deep on the upper side, because I don't want to funnel the water right into the drive. So that's something we got to be careful of. I'm gonna have to watch my angles and keep my angles turned where the water will slide off and not eat that all out. But I'm probably gonna end up by using these rocks as a base and push back up to kind of build my road base out of, and then dig that out, get the culvert set, and use the remaining rocks to face the culvert. But I'd really like to have some clay to put around that culvert. I really would, but clay's a premium. Field rocks, which we need to fill in up there when I make the cut where the big trees are at, a premium. So this is just when you think it's going to be simple, it turns out might not be. So anyway, this is just a water post and wire. What this is, Todd. That out of the way for now. And I'll try to set that on top of the pile. I'll probably pile up on top of the hill up there, so I'll probably bust this all up, take it up there. But anyway, that's the plan. Another cherry tree. He had to move his cows out of here because of all the cherry trees. Once these cherry trees, as I've mentioned 1,000 times, once the leaves start wilting, they become poisonous to cattle, and it becomes an issue. So watch out. And I've discovered that right lift cylinder is leaking, starting to leak. Haven't figured that one out. But like I said, the previous cylinder, well, it wasn't actually butthurt. I'm still a little butthurt over Cabelco's stunt they pulled at Con Expo. You know. Speaking of which, the last video that I put out was a Con Expo video. Just happened to find some more footage of our trip to Las Vegas for 2023 Con Expo. And apparently everybody is Con Expo'd out because that video is not getting any views at all. So if you would pass it on to all your friends and family and neighbors to kind of help a brother out and get some views on that video, because it may end up by being my least viewed video I've ever done. It's kind of going that way. So the avatar, the picture that I used for that video was at the Sandy booth again. It was different. It was different picture that I've used in the past, but like I said, I still am very, very, very happy with the way that I was treated by those guys, and I was treated much, much better by them than I was by Cabelco. So, like I said, I'm still a little butthurt at Cabelco for kind of doing the things that they done, you know. So, still kind of butthurt over that, because it wasn't like I waited till the last minute to get anything done as far as asking them about just simply doing a video about their product line. It wasn't going to be anything other than a video about their product line. So I explained that to them, and their PR guy that was ahead of the Con Expo booth. And anyway, got promised the moon and the stars, and when I got there, or a day or so before getting there, I continued to try to make contact with him, and he would not even return my messages. I understand he was busy. I get that, but I totally get that. But he was answering other people's comments and stuff, it just wasn't mine. And then so I just rolled into the booth and made sure that he seen me, and then it was pretty quick that he made a comment, responded to me, and suddenly they were just too busy. Several of them sitting around doing nothing. They were just too busy to talk about their product, and I thought that's what the whole part of the Con Expo was to talk about their product, promote their product. So that's why Cabelco doesn't have any YouTubers, any sizable YouTubers that are promoting their product, because they don't care. So Volvo has, Volvo's all about it, that style of promotion, and I would say Volvo's probably the biggest, probably without a doubt the biggest promoter that's helped their product out. Now they've got Mike starting to do a lot with Volvo, and which he's bought a Hyundai machine, and I was a little bit shocked that he didn't do more promoting with Hyundai at Con Expo than what he did. He spent most of his time with Volvo, so. But I mean, hey, promoting each other. I mean, you know. So anyway, I'll climb off of my Cabelco rant, because honestly, it's been a good machine, and I'm not going to deny that at all. I like the machine. I've mentioned about its shortcomings, but I think the newer models have actually fixed that. So, but I am just, I'm just not going to actively promote them. I hate to be that way. You know, if they would have told me from the very beginning to go fly a kite, then I could have accepted that, you know, but promise me the moon and the stars, and not even be willing to give me the middle finger. You know, at least have the balls to say, hey, we ain't got time for it yet. That's not something that we're interested in, that type of promotion. And I'm a big boy. Don't tell me you're going to do something and end up by not doing it. Just shut me. Anyway, alright, off of that subject. I guess that's, you know, one more little rant. I guess that's probably why I'll, when it comes to the mini stuff, I'm probably going to go towards Sandy, and I'm going to be on it on that, so. Hopefully that's not going to be anything just really super soon, but you know, I hope that it's going to be something in the near future. So, and I have to go give them a look. We have a Sandy dealer in our area. Still want me to come down to Peachtree City, Georgia, and go through their plant and run their other machines. And they've kind of gotten some bad publicity with plant from CNC. Kind of ringed them pretty good. I gotta say, if in fact that is the case with the warranty situation that Clint was complaining about, and Clint's a big time, Clint sells a lot of machines, and he says he's not gonna deal with them anymore, and he actually liked the machine. So he says that if they're not gonna provide any warranty like that, other than to the original purchaser, then he's done it. And I've got to kind of agree with him that it's kind of a crappy way of doing business. And, I mean, I understand to an extent why you would probably want to do that, I guess. Playing devil's advocate here. I kind of get it, because Sandy's a lot of times are rental machines and just get the crap beat out of them, and yet the company is still liable for the warranty work, but I mean, I guess that's part of being in business, isn't it? Taking that chance, at least you're selling the machine. You know, I don't know. If I get an opportunity, I'm gonna inquire with Joe and about that. I mean, they have an amazing warranty. I think that's caught them a lot of business. The boys don't talk out of both sides of your mouth, you know. The fact that is the case. So, silting issue. I mean, all kinds of crap. This is stupid. You know, it's a mass flogging. They punish everybody. But so much stuff in it, not going to be able to pick it out of there. Anyway, I'll check back in with you in a minute. Alrighty guys, well, you can see I kind of came through here and opened this up a little bit. This right in here is where the culvert's going to go. I may not have run as big a culvert I was thinking. I may be able to get by with like a 28-incher or something like that. And lay it in here. These rocks here, I'm going to need to keep some of these back to put and align the mouth of the culvert with so it doesn't erode out there. This bank here I'm going to pull back just a little bit. Alrighty guys, good morning. Well, we are back here at this cattle road that I'm going to be doing here. And I just finished setting up the road. So we're 30 foot from the fence, which is where the white flags are at. Once we get over this little drop here, he wanted to move the road over into the center of where the old fence was at. So in other words, there's a gate down here and a cross fence going west. So we're going to angle and we're going to move the road over where the center of the road is in the old fence. And then we'll continue on down the hill. That's where I have to put the culvert in, and then back up the hill. All the way down there to the end where the trees are at, and that's where the turnaround will be at. So anyway, yeah. That's what I had to do this morning after I got back from the sawmill. The sawmill was really busy, so it took me a little bit. I still probably have at least 2 more loads to haul, maybe 3. So anyway, that's all I know right now. But I'm gonna go run over here and fire the dozer up, the 850. The mechanic is still working on the D6 right over there. It's been a fight. The links, the 2 track links that I put in, or had him put in, they fought him. The new alligator master link would not mesh. It would mesh with the old one. However, the bolts weren't lined up. They were about a 1/4 inch off, 1/4 inch off down in the hole, so the bolts wouldn't go in. Same track company as what's on the dozer is what the new links were. Don't know why they done that. At some point in time they changed that, but anyway, so he had to end up taking the next pin out and putting a complete new master link, alligator master link, in there. So that was another hammer, and cutting that other pin out, which took more time. And then once he got all that done, got the track pads back on, started on the sprockets segments. The sprocket segments, you couldn't buzz them off with an impact, so he had to heat them up and then buzz them off. So the old girls fought him the whole way, and so he's got a lot of time in it, and which, I mean, I didn't want, but I mean, it is what it is. So anyway, I'll have to take the rest of these logs in to pay for his bill probably, but that's all right. That's part of it. But anyway, we're going to fire the 850 up. Like I said, we're just going to come in here, go next to the fence, and we're just going to start laying that dirt over, and we'll get it out here. We'll get it out here in a windrow, and then at some point we'll push it up and pile it, or we'll load it. And he's got some other places in some of his crop fields that doesn't have much in the way of dirt on it. So he wants to stockpile it and put it on some of these clay spots, and which will work out fine. I mean, they're planting right now. They just, I know they just planted this field, and I think they'll be planting this one next, which is the field right there. So anyway, all right, here we go. right, guys. Everything's making its way. D6 is done. It's back in the game. New sprocket segments. So anyway, I'm going to start using it to get this roughed in. It'll go much quicker that way. Ground's really hard for the 850. Does a clean job, but it's just it's a little hard. So I'll take the D6, go through, rough it, get the majority of the stuff pulled out, then I'll bring the 850 back, and we'll and we'll come back and straighten everything out. Better go much quicker that way. All right, guys, well, I'm done for today. I'm about to lose my daylight. Well, things are coming together. Nothing like smashing a bunch of rocks in the new sprocket segments. But what do? I've got some more smoothing to do. This is just kind of roughed in. I've got to run the D850 over it, but this is kind of giving me a base to go off of here. I didn't have to cut that side in as much as I thought. I'll take and slope that back, and it should be okay. The main thing I'm trying to do is keep the water going this way as much as I can, because I don't really want to do a ditch down here. I may have to come back at some point and ditch it if it starts eroding out real bad. We'll just have to see. But I mean, you can see up here, started out slow because I was on the 850 and this whole ground was tight, but I got the D6 going, and man, what a difference. I just love that whole thing. It's old, got a lot of age on it like me, but it still does an amazing job. But well, you can see all the way up, back up there by the excavator. I do have to run the 850 over that as well up there. I'm not going to have time. Tonight because the dark's going to get me. We're talking about rain tomorrow, so we'll see. But she's 30 foot wide, and this was a big slope off here, just like that. So I just kept working her down here, kind of long pushes, but anyway, like I said, this ain't gonna be a highway. It is strictly just for, he'll have a tractor running up and down it every now and then to get from one lot to the next, but mainly for a feed truck. So it doesn't have to be where it'll support 100,000 pounds. So, but all in all, I saved that pile of rock down there to put around my culvert face when I get it laid in there. I'm not gonna have to run near as big as culvert as I thought, because I was able to cut all this down. And on the other side of the D6, I'm going to cut that down too. So anyway, I won't have to run near as big a culvert, which is good. I was really concerned that I was going to have to really cut this side in over here, but I found enough material. That rock pile was huge, so I was able to get it up there, and that's about a perfect base to build a road on. I mean, those field rock and everything, once it's there, I put this dirt over the top of it, then we'll put gravel on top of that. It'll never go anyplace. So anyway, I'm wore out. Like I said, the sprocket segments have stayed on. The links haven't come apart yet, which is always a good thing. So probably be able to run that undercarriage a little while longer, other than the squalling like a banshee, which I don't have any control over that. The old seals are out and the pins are dry, so nothing I can do there. But anyway, guys, I am going to go ahead and get on out of here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave comments, and ring that notification bell, and that way you know when I post a new video. Follow me on Instagram, and that's at DirtDaddy953. So anyway, guys, I am out of here, and this will be part 2. We'll have part 3 coming. hopefully you don't get too bored. And before it gets dark on me, I think I'm going to go and load another load of logs up. And if it rains, I can run them to the mill tomorrow. So anyway, guys, I'm out of here. See ya on the next video.